In our world today, a lot of people find this as a huge problem in our society. The question is, what's this problem? The problem is the inability of finding your gifts and talents, knowing your potentials. A lot of people ask, do I even have any? But here's a picture I paint for you to understand. There was a poor young man living in the village. His father presented him with a black stone upon his deathbed. Before his passing, he told him, "My son, take this stone. You will know what to do with it at the right time." Shortly after his father's death, he became restless and worried, attempting to comprehend what his late father meant by those words. Looking at the black stone, he couldn't find any use for it, so he locked it away in the box. After that, he returned to his regular job as a bricklayer. A friend of his, who he hadn't seen in a long time, returned to the village and decided to visit him one day. The reunion was a source of happiness for them after a long time. When they began talking, the poor fellow told his friend all that had happened, including about the black stone. His friend asked to see the black stone for himself, and he showed him. A few days later, his friend came back, but this time he wasn't alone. He was with an elderly man who appeared wealthy. His friend asked for the black stone once more, but he never gave him an explanation. The young man went inside and came out with the black stone. When the elderly man saw it, he was excited and grabbed it from the young man. Nodding his head, he checked it out himself. The young man swiftly retrieved it from the elderly man. Then he turned to his friend and asked what was going on. The elderly man quickly interrupted him. "Let me give you 50 million for this stone." The young man became more confused and stared at both of them with a blank expression. The elderly man repeated himself, "How about I make it 100 billion?" The young man asked his friend, "What is the worth of this black stone?" He responded, "Would you go for the money or keep back your stone?" 500 million. Take it or leave it," the elderly man added. Without hesitation, the young man gladly gave it up. Right there, the deal was sealed. Right after the deal, the young man, feeling unhappy, decided to ask questions about the black stone. He learned that one black stone was worth 800 billion. He felt so bad and that he was being cheated. Funny how life is. This is, you see, this is a picture of how so many of us really are. The young man is a symbol of you and I. The black stone is the seed, the gift, the talent God put in each and every one of us, expecting we would know what to do with it at the right time. You see, the friend and the elderly man is symbolic to life, looking for every means possible to cheat us. You see, I tell people this: when you don't know your value or the value of what you have, life will rob you of your worth. You end up selling yourself so cheap. Listen, I'm in nowhere saying life is bad or evil. I'm trying to help you understand how important you really are, what you have on your inside. And most people don't know this truth. Don't let anyone or anything tell you otherwise. You are uniquely built. Just like in the Bible, the story of uh, Jacob and Esau. So the Bible shows us a bit of how life is. A lot of things about that story that triggers me a lot of times. It talks about how Esau sold out his birthright. Sold out his birthright for just a plate of meal. That was how much he valued his birthright, for just a plate of meal that wouldn't last him forever. It would just last him for probably a few minutes or hours, and he gave it up. And if you read that story well, you find out that he became useless. Even though he was wealthy, he became useless. And today Jacob is remembered and celebrated for that singular act he took, taking his brother's birthright, because he knew the value. He took it, collected it from his own brother. This is what happens to many of us. When you don't know your value, when you don't know your worth, you will be used by others at the end of the day and be dumped. A wise man once said, if you want success as bad as you want air at the point of drowning, then you will succeed. When you don't know your gift, you don't know your talent, seek it. The Bible says, seek and you'll find. Ask and it shall be given unto you. Knock and the door will be opened unto you. Listen, if you don't seek, you can't find. It's as simple as that. If you don't ask, it can't be given to you.